All right, we're here with Coach Roy Tesh. And, Coach, you have one of the most veteran groups on the team, I would say. And how important is that going into this year and kind of building off of last year?
I think it's extremely important, the leadership that those guys are going to bring to not only the defensive side of the ball, but the cohesiveness of the team, bringing all the new pieces together. I think that having those guys is going to be a real asset to us, and we're going to be leaning on those guys to do that. And they're a fun bunch too. They're older, but they love to have fun, and they're a great group of young men. So we're excited to have those guys.
Who are some of those guys that you're looking to lead?
Deontay Johnson has been a staple. Elijah Morris has been a staple. Surad Ware has been a guy that's always been there, and he's okay with being in the background a little bit, but shows up every day and competes his behind off. And those guys are really the older guys that all came in together during COVID and did things the hard way and have reaped the benefits of it. So those are the three guys really up front. And then, Chad Stevens is an older guy too, is in the ends room. And there's been a guy that, has been a staple for us as well. So those are really the big bodies up front.
What about some of these new guys? Who's maybe a new guy or two that that's going to come in and be an immediate impact for this position group?
Well, I think we've had a couple of younger guys up front. One in the ends room with J.D. Lampley. That's been a guy that's making an impact for us. And then C.J. Mims had a really good year last year as well for us, and really kind of came out of his shell a little bit, stepped into a role of a guy who was in there taking some serious reps, some quality reps. So those guys, I think, will continue to progress. As far as the newcomers, we've got a couple of those guys in the room. Spring will be big for them.
Yeah.
Getting out there, learning the scheme. Coach Harrell's defense is fun to play in, but it can be a lot.
Yeah.
So it might be a little bit of a transitional period, but those guys will jump in there and get going from there. So
just a few weeks away from spring, I guess what's the biggest focus for your position group going into the spring?
Fundamentals and doing things right, the same as it always has been. And those guys, the older guys, have done it the hard way and got in there and learned how to play fundamental run defense and learned how to play together and learned how to do everything right. We talk about all the time, how you do anything is how you do everything. So the fact that I'm going to study hall on time will directly equate to whether or not I can be trusted to be in the A gap. And those guys understand that, and that'll still be the focus for us. And obviously we've got technique issues that'll come up every day. And we'll continue to work on all those things and emphasis on stopping the run and then getting to the quarterback, which has always been what we tried to do, but I think that's what we'll continue to do this spring.
All right, last question I have for you is I went up the elevator with you and the new guy, David Magazoo. He's a new guy on the staff, but not a new guy to East Carolina. And he said he was looking for some new boots. What do you have? You actually are wearing some boots right now. I guess what is the suggestion for him? Where does he need to go to get the best boots?
I told him he probably needed to get a starter pair and see if he really likes them first. I think he's looked around, and Coach Harrell will wear them. Coach Houston's got them. And I have an old pair of boots that I wear with everything. It's kind of my catch-all. I can wear them with the khakis, I can wear them with the jeans and around the house, whatever. So I told him, go find you a good place, a good starter pair, and try a couple on and see which ones you like first. So.
All right, the boot expert, Roy Tesh.
Not
Thanks,
really.
Coach.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.